Hello and welcome back to Yay Basketball, the basketball game show. Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Streaming and recording live from the Yay Studio. I am your host and producer, Michael Padilla. Along with me today, I have a new permanent member of the team.
Hey.
Glad to be here, John Bentley.
Hey, glad to be here.
As well as Justin Moore.
Oh, it's good to be back. Welcome in, John.
Welcome to John. And as well, welcome back to a hardworking father of three, Trey Dishner.
How's it going, guys? And welcome, John.
Appreciate it.
Glad to have you.
Glad to have the new squad here with us today. Hello. Shout out to Connor for being here. Connor says, YB withdrawals no more. And welcome to John. Thank you so much for being here today, everybody. It is good to be back. We are back here with ya. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at @Yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
Last time, we played Adjust the Rotation, Rapid Fire Trivia, and Free Agent Frenzy. We also broke down all the excitement from the trade deadline and how we thought it would affect the league. It was a fun one, so be sure to check that one out if you have not already. Also, go to yaybasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies. Here's 4 mugs.
4 mugs.
We've got all that fun stuff, but it's just
4 mugs.
4 mugs.
4 mugs every time. That's what it is. Now, this is the basketball game show after all. So before we dive into our first segment of the day, Justin, can we get an update on the scoreboard and a recap of our picks from last week, please?
Sure. Yeah, you can. We are all evenly tied for this month right now.
Okay, but what happened last time?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay. Well,
that's okay. That's all right. Technically, Bob won. The month, so no one will be receiving this trophy and crown, in my opinion. I don't have to give it up quite yet. Trey, technically
Yes.
second place.
Second place.
Technically second place, 2,800 points. Michael, third place, 1,650 points, which means I lost because of that stupid duck. Even though my bet won, whatever.
Duck.
That's fine. It would have been a tied month between me and Trey.
That is
That
true.
nonsense.
Oh, wow.
It would have been close.
Punishment
yeah.
that wasn't even mine to begin with.
That's true. It wasn't
That is
yours.
true. It happens.
Unfortunately, that is the way it goes, though. And so Trey did win the month. So you got to give him the goods.
Oh, I thought we talked about this. Bob won the month.
No, but
Oh, so
Bob
I'm winning?
with,
Okay.
Bob is no
Okay.
longer with us. So if we want to do
Trey,
the-
if you want to win on technicality, that's what you can do. That's
I
fine.
don't like
That's-
give
you know what I
me's.
mean?
I do not like give me's.
This is
I like to work for it, but I'll take it.
Some SGA free throw
Thank
MVP
you, sir.
nonsense. That's what
Thank
this
you,
is.
sir.
and I also will continue to keep the second place trophy.
It's a good trophy. It's a good trophy. It's a good time.
Thank you. Very glad to have it. So now we will start a new month. Everyone starts the new month with 1,500 points. Everyone begins with a solid 1,500. Now that is where we will begin. Before we begin, there is a last place,
Uh-oh.
and it is you, my friend.
I just disagree with the whole premise.
Sorry, bud.
It's just such a ridiculous notion that this should be...
Blame Bob.
I do.
You had to do Bob's
What do you mean?
punishment.
Also, I would say
Damn it,
this.
Bob.
Technically, you know what? Bob didn't win last month. I'm taking it back because it was his punishment we were supposed to do together. And since I didn't put the duck together, neither did he. He should lose all his points at the end of the month anyway, but it's fine.
Okay, well,
you can't punish who's not
he's
here.
Still not here. So
I know. I want the leaderboard to show.
why don't you show off the Stein of Pain?
Yay!
There it is.
Of Pain.
Stein of pain. Stein of pain.
You know?
AudreyJeanCeramics.com for your own Stein of Pain. Well, you can't buy your own Stein of Pain, but
I mean, you could.
your ceramics
She might,
needs.
Could you imagine they call up? Can I get the exact same replica of the Yay basketball Stein of Pain?
I think it would be a
No shot,
Makes
right?
mass orders of
You
it.
guys can't see it, but like this thing has
It
character.
is very detailed. Yeah.
Yeah, like you can't. No way.
It's 101.
No way.
All right. Okay.
All right. What's
One
the
of nine.
punishment?
Kiss Bob.
A charitable donation.
Oh.
Choose a co-host and they receive all of your 1,500 points to start the month.
Holy shit.
Wow, that's real.
Should we give it? Should you give it to John?
Oh my
God.
god! As a welcome present.
Come on, be a good friend, man.
Oh boy.
I know I'm not giving it to Trey.
I was gonna ask for it, but I knew that wasn't happening.
You can ask. Go ahead.
Can I have it?
No.
Okay.
Hey, Michael.
I don't want it. It's
I don't
okay.
want to give it to you.
It's only right that you give it to John as a welcome present.
Then that's fair. It does say. I mean, I'm not my own co-host.
No, you're not.
All right, then John can have them.
Hey.
What a way!
Welcome,
what
John.
A way.
Look
Welcome,
at that.
Look at
welcome.
that.
Here's
We got presents for
3,000
you.
points. Wow, Bob really screwed you on his way out the door, huh?
I'm gonna be honest with you, I hope everything goes wrong for him for the next 6 weeks.
Now, don't be getting scared at the end of the show. Now,
As my mother would
Them
say,
points.
I hope he gets leg cramps, but we don't actually, Bob. It's okay. It was all unintentional. You know, I don't think he.
I don't think it was. He intentionally chose me.
All right. Well, that is where the points stand as of now. 3,000 for John, 1,500 for Trey and I, and 0 for Justin. So he's climbing up from 0. So, all right, let's get to our very first game of the day. And our first game of the day today is Over Under. That's right. It's Over Under. In this game, I will list a stat from around the league. You will then work as a team to determine whether the actual stat is over or under the given prompt. If you get it right, you get 100 points. If you get it wrong, I get the points for that round. Sound good, team?
sounds great.
All righty.
Got it.
Cade Cunningham's 2024-2025 field goal percentage. Over under 43.5%.
Cade Cunningham, man.
Man, that sounds
First,
Right.
he's been
Just
playing really
talking
well.
about
Yeah,
it right before
he's
the
been
show
playing
started.
really well.
has.
My first gut is gonna say over, but
What was the percentage again?
43.5%.
43.5.
it's probably like 44, 45.
No, it's probably like 43.3.
exactly. Yeah, that's
True.
what I'm thinking.
No,
Connor's in
Michael,
chat.
probably
Connor's
is.
in chat. It's not that
I would
close.
think.
Cactus is back. David Boone is back.
Here's my issue. He's been playing amazing. He's their big offensive engine, so a lot of it runs through him, which can lead to lower overall field goal percentages
Yes.
and harder shots. So,
Good point.
but 43.5.
I know he just had a triple double, but that doesn't really help us.
He do be having those.
He do.
I know that he's on my team.
Yeah.
But I would probably run with the under, if I'm being honest.
You want to go?
Really?
What do you think, John?
I
Because
think
I said
it's-
over. He said under.
I would run with the over personally. I feel like yes, he is like the engine that's making that team move, but I don't think he's like someone who is taking a ton of shots. It's not like he's jacking up threes I think his percentage is probably in a pretty good space. So I would say slightly over.
I'd say he shot that like for his career. So yeah, I'm gonna say he's.
Oh, all
I'd
right.
say
I'll run
over.
with the over. I might be wrong, but I'll roll with you guys. Let's roll with the over.
Over. Final answer.
Oh, has it ever been?
Let's do it.
That is correct.
Let's go.
Thank you for
There we
saving me
go.
for myself, guys. I appreciate it.
No
I was
problem.
going to say, Justin really wants to stay at 0. 100 points for the three of you. Well done. It's time for a peek at the Pistons.
Hey, Pistons
The
watch.
Motor City is on fire just 1 year after tying the NBA record 28-game losing streak. Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons have turned things around, won 9 of their last 10, and are on only 1 game out of the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. Cade has hit career highs in nearly all counting stats and percentages and is a huge favorite for most improved player. What are you seeing from the Pistons, John? And what are your expectations for them for the rest of the season?
I mean, I think they're going to stay competitive. I can't see them after last year, how bad they were and how that season just stayed that way. I can't see them making a run in the playoffs. But I mean, I see them making some noise, winning a couple games.
Yeah. That's it?
Yeah, I'd keep it simple. I don't want to expect too much. I think they're going to continue to play well. I think they're going to be in the mix right up to the end. I do think they're going to avoid the play-in. Like, I think they're going to make the playoffs, and I think they'll win a couple games. But I I don't expect them to win a series. That would be a surprise to me still.
Currently, they have a 5-game lead on the Heat to stay out of the play-in currently. So pretty good odds of avoiding that play-in spot. Justin talks about the Pistons.
So I think they could be really fun. I think they could be in the East. They could be what potentially kind of the Thunder were last year in the playoffs. Very fun, very exciting. A second-round exit. I think it would depend on matchups, obviously. I think the Pistons could potentially upset the Knicks. I'm a little lower on the Knicks than maybe some people are. I wouldn't bet my house on it.
Recently.
But I definitely think they could beat the Pacers. So if they happen to, if you swapped them and the Bucks and it was a 4 or 5 Pistons Pacers, I could see the Pistons winning that series. To me, it'd be a coin flip of a series, if I'm being honest. I think it'd be a great matchup to watch Tyrese Halliburton, who's been playing great recently as well. Yeah. And Cade kind of go back and forth. And Pascal Siakam, I guess, might be the difference in that series. I think their future's bright. Which Thompson twin is there? Thank you. Yeah. Both of them are amazing. And the defense that he brings is really great. Tobias Harris hasn't been such a notable negative.
Yeah.
Was he ever, given how Paul George looks? But
Is Philly the problem?
Is Philly the problem? But overall, I've seen him throw away some of their games, but overall, they're playing great. And I think, yes, his play is to the most improved player of the year. I think a lot of that is his play. But I do think when you're the leader of the team that just lost the most in a row last season, and now you're in the playoff picture, potentially a home court in the playoffs. That's crazy. That's a great turnaround.
Yeah, well, not a home court. I mean, I guess they could be.
They're a game out of a 4 seed. Yeah,
good point there, Justin. We were talking about this a little bit, and I was kind of bouncing back from thinking Cade was the most improved player, why he would be getting it. When you're thinking about where the Pistons were at last year, their record, and now where they're at this year, we're talking about them. They're in the 5th seed in the East, or the 6th seed. And they made a big bounce back. Cade's the big reason. Arsor Thompson, he's doing well. Jalen Duran, this team rebounds very well. Good defensive team. I could see them being a problem in the East. See them winning the first round, maybe second round exit. But Pistons are on the come up.
So it was interesting. I kind of went looking for stats to get some numbers on the Pistons, just to kind of just get some stats to kind of explain how they're here right now. And they're middle of the pack in almost everything. 12th in points, 14th in net rating. The only thing that they're top 5 in is screen assists per game. So, bench scoring is good. We mentioned Malik Beasley is currently in a fist fight with Peyton Pritchard for 6th man of the year. Jalen Duran averaging a double-double. Asar Thompson, we mentioned his. He's a high-level pickpocket. 5 assists, 6 assists. He didn't get any in, but I think that was a blowout. He didn't play many minutes. I think he only played 19 minutes and something in their last game. But he's on a streak of a lot of assists recently. JB Bickerstaff, man, the coach of the year race. Holy moly, is hot, right? Because earlier it looked like it was maybe Jamal Mosley in a runaway because of what he was able to do without the stars there, right? Well, they've kind of fallen apart a little bit. Yeah. Granted, due to injuries, but still, I don't know that you can give it to an 8-seed playing team coach, regardless of what you had to deal with. Suddenly, J.J. Redick is a candidate. Now, J.B. Bickerstaff is looking like a candidate. All the while, excuse me.
Atkinson.
Yes, thank you. Kenny Atkinson for the Cavs has been obviously a runaway candidate as well. Coach of the year has been amazing. Bickerstaff's name is in that hat as well. You got him humming. As for what's next, I think depending on the draw, they'll be competitive in a first round. I don't think they're going to get out of the first round. I really do think the Pacers are probably their best bet to get out of the first round, because I could see them beating the Knicks. But I don't see him beating the Cavs, Celtics, or Bucks. So and kind of like you said, John, given where they were last year, this is amazing. So anything, even making the playoffs this year, not the play-in is a huge achievement and they should be applauded all around. So I'm not at all. I'm not. They could, frankly, they could get swept in the first round if they miss the play-in. I'm not going to be disappointed with any result of theirs. So, congrats to the Pistons. I mean, I remember on a phone call with my mother last year after she had just listening to the show and us, not undercover, outright rooting for them to break the record for the losing record. And explaining, like, this is amazing. I really hope they do it. Like, I really hope they break the record. And now look at them. I mean, it's amazing. They beat the Celtics. Like, yeah, so good for the Pistons and good for Cade. I think he wins most improved. And so, peak of the Pistons. Good for them. All right, round 2 of Over Under. The Los Angeles Lakers 2024-2025 opponents points per game. Over Under 115.5.
So
all
season. Because here's the weird conundrum about this.
Okay.
Their defense, shout out to First Things First, is like, I think, first in the league over the last 19 games. Here's the problem. It's over the last 19 games, and this is for the whole season. That's my only conundrum with this. In a league that scores a lot of points kind of in general, I feel like scoring, we at least think is up. I haven't looked at the numbers necessarily to have all that knowledge, but
I believe scoring would be down a bit. And I mean, like, it might be that I'm getting tricked by like betting lines because like unders are hitting more than I've seen them hit in the past. But I would have to also look is scoring actually up or down this year. But I feel like 115 is already a low number to start with. Mm-hmm. And I would say that it's probably under. Like,
115 is the number?
115.5.
Yeah. I would go under.
I think it's going to be like real close to it. But
just so you know, they always are.
I don't think it's as
yeah.
Maybe it's not as close as you think.
It's like 112. It's
12,
like 102.
I think it's like
something great. 94.
113, 112, something like that.
I mean, generally this whole year they've been figuring out offense.
94. Yeah, they're holding their opponents at 94 points.
We would have heard about it way before now. You know what? You guys were right last time. I'll roll with you guys again. Why not?
I think we're on fire.
Okay.
Let's go under.
He's on fire.
What was it?
Under.
Final answer.
Sure.
You got it.
Let's go. Good job.
Helping Justin dig himself out of that 0. It is 111.1.
Hey, almost 112. Look at
also,
that.
not sure if I told you last time it was 45% for Cade.
45. Okay, cool.
Man,
40.
I don't think.
Just 1 month after trading for superstar Luka Doncic, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers have maintained their momentum and have climbed all the way into the 2 seed in the competitive Western Conference. The last episode we did, we hadn't really had a chance to see this. Trey, now that we have, what are your thoughts of this Lakers team?
Man, anytime the Lakers, I mean, they're doing what they always do. Any team that LeBron's on, and now you got Luka Doncic involved, it seems like he just always makes something happen. And it's like, this is why he's talked about it being the greatest player of all time, because he's how old? 40? He's 40 years old, 40. And he's playing
season 22
high-level basketball, playing better than a lot of players' best players. I mean, he's keeping up with Victor's numbers. He's keeping up with everybody. And now they got Luka Doncic. They have JJ Redick, who's Coach of the Year candidate. He should probably win it, depending on what happens. But I mean, they're making a big jump. Like the Lakers, I get it. They have the 2 stars, two of the best players in the league, but they're definitely going to be a problem in the playoffs. I see them making a deep run in the West.
Justin, last time we talked, you said you were ready to turn heel, but that was when, or that was that pre or post Williams
I forget what
trade?
I said.
You said that you were on board with them potentially being scary.
Oh yeah, but that would have been pre-Williams.
I think that was after the trade had been rescinded, though.
That we talked about it?
Yes.
Oh,
you said that with the trade you were ready to say that they were really good, but even without Mark Williams, you were thinking that they could be scary.
Yeah, I mean they obviously, when you have a LeBron and you have Luka, right? You're going to be scary kind of in any series, and that's a fair point. I think being scary in any one series is not the same as being scary for four series.
Yeah.
So that's where I kind of waver on this. I think. Don't get me wrong, they're playing great. The defensive numbers, I do think, a little wonky when you have 6 of those 19 games being with Anthony Davis, and now they're not with Anthony Davis anymore. I just haven't looked at those numbers to know kind of what they are.
Defensively?
Yeah, for like those 13 games versus the 19, or you know what I mean? I don't think we have enough of a sample size to be like, yep, this one, here they go.
Just to be clear, are you talking about defensively with and without Anthony Davis?
Yes.
Much better without Anthony Davis so far.
But I don't think we have enough. What I'm saying is of a sample size of that. If that makes sense. I don't think 13 games is enough of a sample size.
It's not 13 though.
It is.
17. He only played 2 of those games. Those 19 games.
He played 6. He was there for 6 of those games.
He only played in 2 of those games though.
Either way.
He was injured.
But I don't see it. I just don't, because if realistically, do I think they can beat the Rockets? Yes, I do think they can beat the Rockets, but we think the majority of the Western Conference playoff teams can beat the Rockets. At least I know I do.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. As of right now, if I'm not mistaken, let me just scroll down here real quick. You've got the surging, surprisingly out of nowhere, Golden State Warriors. I think that's a hard-fought series, right? So, like, I would. That's
really?
A toss. Yeah. Playoff Jimmy, playoff Steph, and don't get me wrong. Both teams are gonna. Those teams, I think, match up kind of the same with each other. Not a big down low presence, all that jazz. So for me, I'm not buying them as like a title contending team, but I think they could upset anybody's favorite team potentially. Sans one team specifically, but
with Austin Reeves just got hurt, but he's been playing he was playing amazing. And if he's playing at that level, with LeBron playing at that level, because everybody thought I even thought Austin Reeves was going to be a no-show with Luka on the court, and he's been complete opposite.
But not enough. That's my thing. Not enough games.
Not enough games, but I mean, it's looking good right now. It is looking,
I am personally shocked and blown away. Like, it makes sense. You have 2 of the like highest IQ basketball players playing on the court at the same time. But I think the reason that this works is like, why, if you're the Lakers, you wanted to trade Anthony Davis anyways, because Anthony Davis kept saying, I'm not a center. I am a power forward. That's my natural position. LeBron James at his age is a power forward now.
Yeah.
Like, you can't have it both ways. So like, I do think having Luka there allows LeBron to spend a whole lot more time guarding a big wing or guarding a stretch 4 or whatever. I just think it puts him in a position where the court fits. Even if you don't have necessarily as skilled of a player at the 5 position, you have a true basketball nerd as a coach, and then you have 2 ridiculously high IQ basketball players on like sharing the court. It's made to work, and they're gonna win some situations that it's just, I think it's gonna blow us away. Like for them to hit the 2 seed, like this is nuts.
Well, players of that caliber will make role players so much better. It does, like if you played with a guy that's like amazing and you're on the court, it feels like he just makes you so much better. And like LeBron and Luka both have that aura to just make the guys around him better.
Yeah, I mean, Jackson Hayes gets to just eat now. Who would have thought that Jackson Hayes would be this level of a role, even at the beginning of this year? Like you would want it, but like with LeBron at the 3, AD at the 4, and then Jackson Hayes at the 5, you're out. Which I think this is why the numbers would be interesting to look at. I think you're in a better place defensively now than with that much size, and LeBron can't guard like a true young small forward anymore, as great of a player as he is.
And you got Dorian Finney-Smith to come off the
bench.
Which is not the...
So let's talk about the defense, because I was actually really curious because I saw the same first things first clip, and I wanted to dig into it because I was curious, okay, what the hell, right? 19 games. And Nick Wright made a good point. That's not a small sample size. It's a fourth of the season, right? Like 20 games is, 20 games, right? That's a fourth of the season. It's 6 games. Sorry, well, technically it's 8 games after the DFS trade, but it's 6 games DFS started playing, and then the 19-game sample size begins. Vando has been back for 17 of those 19 games. As I mentioned, Anthony Davis only played in 2 of those games. Most importantly for me, though, I think that LeBron saw the potential somewhere, and you started getting a locked-in LeBron James on defense. Now, I'm not saying, and I'm going to get pushback for this, you can disagree if you'd like, but I think that LeBron James has been a fringe second-team all-defense guy since 2020, at the start of 2025. Not the first half of the season, and I'm emphasizing fringe. I hear you. And Justin likes to say you don't get points for being short, and I know you don't get points for being 40, and I'm not trying to say he should get points for being 40, but in terms of what it means for the team, it means a lot in terms of what they've been able to do to build around him. Now they've got this Jamison kid. I forget the role player with the mask. I forget his name now too.
For the Lakers?
Yeah. I'm forgetting his name. But they've got all these young role players who are just like coming in and causing and wreaking havoc.
Markieff Morris?
And no,
he's not old.
young role player.
No, he's not young.
I'm forgetting his name. Now too.
Young guys, Trey Jennison, Jordan Goodwin.
Yes, thank you. That's who I was thinking of. They've got these young dudes who are coming in just and wreaking havoc, right? So is this sustainable? Do I think they're going to be the number 1 defense in the league? Obviously not. They're number 8 over the course of the entire season. So let's say they regress to 8. I think that if you're a top 10 defense or 8 defense in the league with those 2 guys as your 2 best players and Austin Reeves as your third option, who is on par with some teams in the Western Conference second best guy.
For real.
Like, I mean, let's just talk. I mean, I'm not going to disrespect numbers. I'm not going to disrespect J-Dub. J-Dub's obviously better, and J-Dub and Chet are obviously better. But let's talk about who's the Grizzlies' second best guy. Triple J, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, who's their third best? Desmond Bane. He's fallen off a fucking cliff this season.
He's better than that.
Austin Reeves is better than Desmond Bane.
Austin Reeves.
Way better.
Yeah. Who's the Rockets' third best guy? Who's the Rockets' second best guy right now?
So I'd say
the Rockets' best guy from 1990.
Well, we don't necessarily believe for the Rockets, so I guess we're not kind of situation.
Good question.
But I'm just saying he's in competition with some team's second best guy right now. Like in this Western Conference, it starts to get hairy because that's where they're at a talent level with the Lakers right now, because they have 2 top 10 level dudes, top 12 if you want to discount one of them. And going into the Western Conference, I think they can make legitimate noise. Now, what's the seeding going to be? Where does it all shake out? Right?
So much.
And that's the thing. They're in the 2 seed right now. But 3 days ago, they were the 4.
So I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, like, when we look at Draymond's been playing 4 and 5 his whole career. He's 6'6", 6'7", maybe, depending on who's measuring and if we got shoes on. His IQ and just being in positioning, it makes him one of the best defenders that we've had in years. He probably Rudy Gobert probably owes him a trophy somewhere.
Yeah.
LeBron being slightly taller, being still probably more athletic of a player.
Yeah, he could play that role easily.
With his IQ, like, he can guard just as well. He can guard just as many people. He maybe can't bang with. He maybe doesn't want to.
Well, and see, here's the thing. You see, if you saw the Clippers game last night, right? LeBron had his first bad game of this year of 2025 last night, and that was the example of, all right, Luka, go ahead. And I'm not saying and you can't count on that every night, but
you can with Luka. Kind of.
Well,
you
but
can with Luka.
You can't count on winning a championship that way.
No, but you can. But he got him there last year doing that.
That's
Like,
not.
But hang
No,
on,
not
hang on.
with-
Listen,
it's- but
let me finish my point real quick. But my point here was
not the only reason. But
LeBron's first obviously bad game was last night, and still in the last 3 minutes of the game, he sets up. If it wasn't for Jared Vanderbilt blowing a point blank layup, there would be no clutch time, and then also he wouldn't have to make this block, but. He chases down Chris Dunn for a chase down block to save the game from being a one possession game with 16 seconds left or something like that, and still shows up in the key moments that you need him to in a game where you start to see it. You start to see the glimpses of 40, but for the last 2 months you haven't seen it. So. And he started doing this thing where the second the buzzer sounds, he's in the locker room. I mean, he the recovery, you can see it. He is every second he can get, he is recovering, and he needs it because he knows that this team has potential.
But I think a lot of this has to do with Luka being there, and with Luka being probably the closest in style and in controlling the game to LeBron. He is showing him right now, hey, I'm 40. If you put in the effort,
I'm a man.
If I can put in the effort and do it and jump from being just kind of a mediocre mid-level defender, that's kind of what people have talked about as he's aged,
of course,
to now being no, he's obviously locked in. Oh, he's playing considerably better on defense. He's showing Luka right now that hey, if you increase your effort, it's going to make a difference.
Yeah, the keys are being handed over to Luka.
The biggest thing is that he's engaged.
And Luka, them getting Luka, they got Luka for a reason. And LeBron, it's Luka's. I'm not saying it's Luka's team, but the keys are given to Luka. And what I was saying with Luka can pop off and get 30 when you need him at any point. At any point, yeah, he's not going to do it every night, and that may not win you it's probably not going to win you a championship, just him or LeBron doing it. But with the players that they have and the rotations that they have, or the lineup that they have, they could make a run like the Mavericks did last year. We could compare this team. Yeah, they had PJ. Yeah, they had Gafford, but
also in
Jackson.
In terms of offensively, this team has better weapons.
That's
than
what I'm saying. Is this team, and with Luka, with Luka having LeBron is way more dangerous than Luka having Kyrie. This team is going to be very dangerous. I could see them making the finals. I'll say it right now.
I can see it as well, but and also I'm not saying it's going to be for no team in the Western Conference, whether that's the Thunder, Lakers, Nuggets, whoever, Warriors. It doesn't matter. There is not a cakewalk in the West, no matter what, no matter who. If it's unless some miracle seeding happens,
unless you get to play the Rockets and the Grizzlies, and in my opinion, necessarily the Thunder, I guess potentially. But if you're talking about one of the
it would have to be the Thunder getting a really lucky shake and avoiding the Lakers, Nuggets, and Warriors kind of thing. But even then, I think. But if you look at if you compare the last year's Mavericks team to this year's Lakers team, if LeBron James is your second best player, what are we talking about right now? And he's been there so many times, and even Luka, who has been there, who yes, they lost last year, but he's been to the finals, knows what it takes, and you could see it in the finals last year. He was gassed, so maybe even this time around, he knows. Okay, I have to adjust a little bit in terms of maybe it's conditioning and all that. Nico Harrison shit does get to him in a little bit. So I just think in terms of mental preparation and what LeBron is going to be able to imbue upon his mentality, is going to be able to get to him a little bit, and when it comes to play style, you mentioned it. JJ Redick is a fucking sicko.
Yep.
And JJ has proven himself to be a good coach. Fuck Darvin Ham for eternity, dog. I was saying it for the last 2 seasons, man, and everybody was like, oh no, it's not. No, but what about man? Dog, he was starting I don't even want to talk about it anymore. It's just
how did he even become a coach?
Real quick, couple things. I'm going to leave the Darvin Ham stuff alone because I just don't necessarily agree with it. But the real thing I really don't disagree with, I really do disagree with, is the Dallas Mavericks thing. That the Dallas Mavericks of last year, not only if you could trade Kyrie for LeBron 1-for-1, sure, of course.
That's not what I mean.
But what I'm saying is this Lakers team does not have the same defensive weapons, especially when it comes to size.
Right.
Multiple bigs that can go at people, and also
multiple
PJ.
bigs.
Yeah,
That don't?
Gafford and Lively both were athletic, huge bigs
Yeah.
that can block shots, that can catch lobs, that can do all kinds of stuff
I agree.
on the Mavericks. And all I'm going to say is this. Obviously, in my opinion, from my understanding, Anthony Davis will be back this season. And so the
Mavericks
Dallas Mavericks,
could make some
with a
noise.
healthy
Oh, well, yeah,
Anthony
with AD,
Davis,
yeah.
I'm probably taking that team over this Lakers team.
Oh no,
not at all.
Again,
not in the playoffs.
because this Lakers team, both teams have a lack of, I would say, a lack of championship pedigree. But the Mavericks, in my opinion, would have a little bit more. Yes, you've got LeBron on the Lakers side, but who else has won a title in the Lakers as a very big contributor besides
the
LeBron?
Lakers?
Besides LeBron, who else?
Okay, so you're talking about Kyrie and Anthony Davis then?
Yeah,
Okay.
but
Yeah, but without AD though, you were talking about Gafford and Lively. Like if we're matching these teams up with Rui, if we're talking
if we're
Vandy,
matching these
those
teams,
guys
hang on a second. If
defensively,
we're matching these teams up healthily, you're looking at Anthony Davis
yeah,
at the
but
4.
we didn't bring in AD before that. We're talking about you just brought up Gafford and Lively last year. Like if we're comparing those teams, they're
Yes.
not way better
Yes.
defensively. No, they're not.
They're better defensive pieces.
They have
and it's
bigs
just
that
obvious,
can
by
match
the way.
up.
I don't know what to tell
Okay.
you. It's just obvious
That's fine.
that rim protection means way more than perimeter.
Jackson Hayes doesn't rim protect. Alex Lynn isn't a 7-foot big that they just tried to go
play.
get.
The same as
They
Daniel
got him for
Gafford
a
and Derek
reason. though.
Lively.
I'm not saying that I'm comparing them, but Rui Hachimura defensively, yes, you can say he can.
Okay.
He's not
I mean,
he's not
if you wanna
a
live in that
shot
world-
blocker, but he can compare to those guys on the defensive end. Yes.
As a rim protector?
Yes.
The most important thing in the game?
Derek Lively
Okay.
had 1 year. Like, what's he doing this year?
He's
Rim
hurt.
protection
Okay.
is the most
All
important
right.
thing in the game.
I know, but
Yeah,
what's
when did
Derek
that
Lively?
happen?
What's
Rim
what's
protection is the most
hey,
important for defense.
What's Derek Lively doing this year?
It clearly
He's
isn't.
hurt.
They're the number one
Okay.
defense
That's what-
over the last 20 games, and they don't have any rim protection in sight. It clearly can't be.
Like
That doesn't mean it clearly can't be.
the
Okay,
Lakers
but
have no
okay,
defense.
They have
I
no
didn't say they
rim
have
protection of any kind, and they're the number one defense in the last 19 games. So how is that
I'm
possible?
So anomalies can't happen?
Anomalies can't. Okay.
Like, but I don't know what you mean. Like, so if you give up every layup at an 80% clip, are you going to win
no,
games?
I hear you, but
like,
it's just that once their main rim protector left, they became the number one defense. So how does that work?
that's just a
No. They have
small portion
defensive
of the game.
players.
You would have
Doesn't
to
make any sense.
hold on. Who'd they play?
Also, their entire
Well,
defensive strategy since this whole shift has happened has been
They've been
gang
great.
rebounding, let them shoot threes.
Yep.
Now, do I think that they're going to continue to shoot 33 or 36% or whatever it's been? No, obviously not. But it's like I don't think that their lack of rim protection is their biggest issue in terms of playoff success. If they do go up against a team like the Mavericks that has size, cool. What the fuck do they do with a guy like a Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves led offense? Like size, but they're beating
Sure.
him off the dribble on every offensive possession. You can't play drop
that-
coverage against that offense.
100%. But that team can do the Mavericks in this instance. If you're having Anthony Davis play the 3 and you've got 2 other guys that can rim protect and roam behind him, you don't have to do. You can get by Anthony Davis if you can, by the way, or he's the roamer.
you
I'm
put
not saying-
Dorian. I mean,
No,
you got
I'm not saying you're getting by him, but it's like
I think you're consistently leaving someone wide open somewhere. If you have
and you have two of the best
Anthony
careers
Davis
in-
at the 3 and 2
Yeah.
bigs with him, somebody's
No.
open. Somebody's open in the corner. Somebody's open on the wing.
I'm not discrediting
especially
the
with
Mavericks
Luka
at
and
all.
LeBron on the court. Like
somebody-
no,
I don't.
that
I
doesn't
guess
work.
I just disagree. And I also, if you don't think that rim protection is the most important thing on defense, then look at your top 5 defenders ever and tell me what they did the best.
it is important. But you're acting like the Lakers don't have bigs that they can throw out and like at least put in front of these guys. Like they're not gonna go out and score 30 points like AD, but they have 7-foot bigs that they can put out there.
It's
Yeah.
one thing to be 7 feet. It's one thing to be 7 feet and good at
I
basketball.
mean, like, how
But
are
it's
you
good.
defining
Yeah,
best
but when you have
greatest
Luka and
defender ever, even when
LeBron,
we
they
look
make
at
those
that?
guys better. Jackson Hayes is showing that. He's playing like he played in college.
So Jackson Hayes, just give me just real quick. Jackson Hayes playing with LeBron and Luka is now a great rim protector because
No,
he
but
plays with them.
Jackson
No, but
Hayes,
he's-
he's a decent rim protector.
No,
he's
he's
not a
He's
Joel
been
Embiid.
decent.
He's
Decent,
decent
yes.
rim protector. You could say Christian Coloco could go out there and hold his not lock up
I guess it
80,
would- I guess-
but you could
I
throw
guess
him
it
out on a
depends on what you mean by
Gafford.
decent. I don't
and
think he's
we're
an
getting
average
too deep in it.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's
rim
like-
protector in the league, but it's fine.
You're right. That is those are so polar opposite like builds. But I think that in a matchup in a playoff series, traditionally in those kinds of matchups where it is like just like guards versus bigs, like, and I think not normally, but history kind of shows that the team with the better players overall, like the best players on it, tends to take a 7-game series. And we're not talking, and respect to Kyrie, and he played incredible in that game against the Lakers. And he's been playing incredible overall.
Oh, yeah.
And the Kyrie and AD thing, I really hope that AD comes back soon because I would like to see that.
Yeah.
And next season they're going to make some noise and hopefully in the playoffs as well. But the LeBron and AD or the LeBron and Luka thing is just going to be something that teams are going to struggle with, if not for their play style and what they can do offensively. It's because they're fucking supercomputers on the court.
I agree.
So
They're lucky
When the-
Maxey
when the
isn't,
Lakers-
isn't healthy. If
when the
Maxey
Lakers-
Kleber was healthy, it would be
The
scary.
last two seasons, right? Talent-wise, they had two of the best three guys on the court against the Nuggets, and they didn't stand a chance. Just to that point, when you have the better players, you usually win. Well, that didn't happen legitimately the last
I don't
two
think
times.
AD's as good as Luka.
yeah, but also
I didn't say that.
Yeah, but also
And-
the Nuggets were an overwhelmingly better roster overall.
Yeah, and
That's
how,
my point
like,
with the
how
Mavericks.
big is the gap between the second best players?
Yeah, I don't think
You know,
quite
I don't
understood
think
what I was saying.
I don't think Jamal Murray is that low of a level to where it's just like he's not in this conversation. Then, and especially when their entire roster just is.
Yeah, the Nuggets
better.
have been a
I mean, Jamal
more
Murray's never been an
well-rounded.
all-star. He's not even like you're not even at. He's not even at that level. Like, what do you want me to tell
To fit
you?
his argument, I'm gonna pocket that. He's gonna discount Jamal Murray now just to fit his argument now. We'll talk about it again in the playoffs.
I mean, I've never heard Jamal Murray
All
been
right,
compared to
let's
Anthony
get to
Davis, but-
trades. Fact of the day. Oh shit!
Alrighty, guys. I had to do it. Well, we're going to be talking about the New York Knickerbockers, who got them there. No, who barely scraped by against the Charlotte Hornets last night, which is going to, or it was a 111-109 score. They barely beat the Charlotte Hornets, who I think just got back Brandon Miller. So this is getting me to my point. Is we're gonna talk about Kitty Cat Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh really?
Which is when he's on the court against any of the top 10 offenses in the league this season, the Knicks' defensive rating is 127. The worst defensive rating in the league is 118. So, do you think that Karl Anthony Towns and the Knicks are a contender? They sit right now third in the East. I think they're fourth in the league, 40-20. They don't play well against the top East teams or any of the top
Yeah,
teams. So it's
man.
like, do you think this team is a fluke? Do you think this team can be a problem come playoff time? What do you guys think?
Go ahead.
I think the Knicks record is exactly what you get when you have very good talent, not
Yeah.
great talent, very good talent, and a Tom Thibodeau minutes played situation. And I just want to harken back to last year when we kind of thought maybe Cat was a pretty good defender, and he was just
Yeah.
getting the benefit of the doubt of being on a very good defensive team. And there's the evidence, in my opinion, to back that up, that he was never a really good defender. You can just look really good as a defender if you're on a very good defensive whole roster.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think they're contending for anything. That's why I think the Pistons can beat them.
Very bad rebounding team, too. They're 24th in the league.
Yeah, anything on the Knicks?
I mean, I wouldn't go as low as that to say that they're not contenders. Like, I think they're in there. I do think that their plan has shifted to, we got Karl now. We're gonna try to outscore teams when we get to the playoffs. Like, once you shorten rotations and everybody's playing 6 or 7 people, then it's fair. Even though your team's worn out by then, but I
they're
think
not
that's
beat
the
up.
plan. I think the idea is we're gonna get to the playoffs, and our 6 or 7 guys are gonna be better than your 7 or 8 guys.
I just
Yeah,
we're
they'll
gonna
definitely be
race.
conditioned.
I just ran a marathon, and we're only running 100 meters right now. But I just ran a marathon. Don't worry about
They're
it.
not hurt. They'll be conditioned.
Yeah, but I mean, like they're gonna take like a day and a half off after the marathon.
I watched the Knicks Heat game the other day. The Heat were blowing them out, and then just slowly but surely, the Knicks just kept chipping away. And I think it was more about the Heat than it was about the Knicks.
Okay.
The Heat were just like, do you want to win? We don't really, we don't really want to. And the Knicks were like, I guess, sure. Because I was like, oh, this is over. It was like a 12-point game, or it was like a 10-point game with like, I don't know, 3 minutes left or something. I was kind of doing something else, and I like looked back over, and I was like, what? Overtime? What? When did this happen? Mikal Bridges, huh? With 5 first-round picks? Jeez Louise.
I've never been
Luka
more
Doncic
wrong
for a
about
bag
anything.
of peanuts. Huh?
I've never been more wrong about anything in my life
What, Mikal Bridges?
than thinking Mikal Bridges could have been Kawhi Leonard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got to, yeah. I don't know that they're contenders. I think I have to, my BYB on that one. I don't know. We'll see, but not looking good to right now.
How you feel about the Knicks?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Time for the random question of the day. Earlier, when I triggered the wrong sound, somebody said it's time for Trey's random question of the day.
I'm gonna come lock and loaded now.
Kevin Love is a 16-year NBA veteran forward currently with the Miami Heat. I didn't say playing because
He's not.
He's not.
He's Instagram commenting.
That's true. He's played with 3 teams in his career also, with the Wolves and the Cavaliers, where he won a championship in 2016. During the first stretch of his career, though, in Minnesota, Love was known to be quite the stat sheet stuffer. Your question today is, what is Kevin Love's career high in points?
Points?
Career high in points. I'm going to go with 42, actually.
Ooh, 42.
What you thinking, John?
And just so you know, you can't have 42. We learned that once, and that was sad.
You want me to go to help you out a little bit?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 65.
See, I think he's at a 50. I don't think he's at. I think it's like 51.
51, final answer?
Yeah.
Welcome to the fucking show, John.
I got it. Crazy.
51.
I'm telling you,
is
going last
correct.
kind of like.
Wowee. Holy crap. What a start to the first episode. 1,000 points to John. 51 is correct.
This boy's way high. You got all the free points.
Golly.
Not free. You worked for that one.
Goodness gracious. Yeah, 1,000 points to John. 51 points is Kevin Love's career high in points. He went 16 of 32. So
Is he going to have like the daily high of points?
I don't have a record of what that is. I think
He does.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's like
I don't know what it is.
first day.
Because like if you add in the 1,500 he already got.
Yeah.
No, somebody sometime had to get something crazier than that.
I'm trying to think,
Maybe.
but-
I mean, just for the episode, maybe not including the bet, probably. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, just for the episode.
All right, let's get to. Oh fuck, we've got a curiosity corner too. All
Hell
right.
yeah!
Let's do the corner then. Let's go to the curiosity corner. This is where Bob would be like, "Oh yeah, by the way, fucking Festus Ezeli." We miss you, bud. It's the curiosity corner.
Okay.
It's a place where we ask and answer all the questions I'm just curious about. Jimmy Butler on the Warriors seems to have unlocked Steph offensively in a way we haven't seen in a while. John, are your Dubs dangerous?
Yes, they are. I don't know that I attribute that to Jimmy Butler unlocking a Steph Curry. Maybe not like with anything directly happening on the court anyways.
Okay.
I do think he's probably more excited that the team seems to have a better fit and to not just give up at the end of every game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I more so think that Steph has woken up himself and he's a little more excited. He's a little more in tune. He's probably feeling a little bit more of a leadership thing. The same way that LeBron is kind of locked in right now. I think Steph is like, it's time. This is where we make the run. That would be my answer.
Justin, are the Dubs dangerous?
Yeah, I think they can upset a lot of teams in that first round. I think that it might kind of stop there. I do think the unlocking of Steph Curry to a degree, and I don't mean like Steph Curry was locked up. I think it was just a lot to do. He had a lot on his shoulders, and now he's like, I don't have that much on my shoulders now. Okay. And with somebody else that you have to legitimately guard on the court, I think we all agree Steph plays the best when he's got just a little bit of room. We saw he just had 56 the other day. So, like, just a little bit, just give me a little bit of room, and I can still do some crazy things every once in a while. So I think they're dangerous, but I also mean that goes back to they're dangerous not because of Jimmy Butler. They're dangerous because Steph Curry is arguably the most dangerous, like, one-game person in league history, maybe. Because, like, once he just hits, like, 3 of them, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
We're done. Like, it doesn't matter where he shoots, how he shoots, who's putting the hand up, he's making it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Trey.
The Warriors are dangerous, and why is because, like what Justin said, Steph's able to take a breath, and he has a dog on the court with him now that can play both ends of the court. Steph's not the only one out there that's creating shots. Steph's able to, he plays best off the dribble, or not off the dribble, but like away from the ball. He's really good with getting the ball or like off screens, getting to his shots. So having Jimmy Butler being able to do ISO stuff and open it up and play defense gives him a breath of fresh air. So yeah, I think that's opening him up.
I think the reason that I kind of pose the question this way is just because for the first time in a long time, he's got somebody next to him that can create their own shot.
Yes, sir.
And actually is a threat.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, he's Buddy, no. Wiggins had his moments, but Poole a little bit in 22, but
Poole could definitely do it.
Poole was doing it, but it was more, I think, it was more of like I mean, you can probably
Star in his role.
On a string.
He was more so like of an ISO creator, I think, more so than like in the packages. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. But I do think it's because they like kept him in a 6-man role, and it just kind of fit that way. But I think like when you had him and Steph, which is maybe the thing that Jimmy Butler's helping with right now, like they do tons of dribble handoffs or Steph coming off some sort of a screen, pin downs, whatever, to where 2 people have to look at him and make a decision. And you can't instantly just like say like, well, we're doubling Steph, and who cares what's happening with the other guy?
The other guy, yeah.
Like,
if they can both shoot, or it's tough.
just I think the offense is just a lot more open, and I think they miss Jordan Poole.
100%.
I think they would
wish that he never got punched in the face.
Yeah, I mean, of course, but I think they
should have
take some of
gotten
that
rid of
Draymond money back and have a different plan at this point if they could.
The Poole thing, I think it was too many, like enough shooters. That was the thing.
You got shooters.
When you got 3 guys that can kind of hit pretty regularly from 3, that opens you up. You don't have to have a creator then. You have to cover so much space.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen the movie The Creator?
Mm-hmm.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Honestly, it was probably my 7th favorite movie of the decade.
7th favorite movie of the decade.
Yeah, like if
what are the top 6?
Wow.
The top 6? Honestly, right now, big on the Wicked movie. Thought it was great.
What
So that's
spot
probably
does
at
that
like my
occupy?
4.
Okay. We're just gonna remove these questions.
Okay.
Yep.
So Wicked 4, right? I don't want to give them to you in order. That's boring.
Okay.
Wicked definitely 4. I would probably, this one slid under the radar a little bit. But if you had to press me on it, I would definitely see Deadpool and Wolverine's probably at 2.
Okay.
You know, a hard one for me, because it's this decade, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, number 1.
Wow. Okay.
Because it hits you here. Because
Sure.
I went on a journey with
Number
them.
3.
What?
That was the
Number 1.
The 3rd
That's number
volume
1.
was number 1. Volume 3 was number 1. Guardians of the
Yes,
Galaxy
sorry,
Volume
yes,
3
sorry.
occupies number
3's
1
1s and all that, yes. And then if I had to ballpark at the other
They
ones.
can't be, Connor. He hasn't seen either of them.
Which ones?
Dune.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen those. This is not my thing. Not my thing.
Weird, because
And I hear you.
it's right up your alley.
You think, you know what
You
I mean?
like sci-fi
Alley Cat
stuff.
Strike every once in a while, one of the best movies. But the other 2, the other 3. I apologize.
Yeah.
The other 3. Oh, I totally forgot.
Yeah.
Red 1. Yeah,
Sure, of course.
the movie with The Rock.
Right.
Yeah, great. I'm a sucker for
And
a
what
Santa
spot
Claus
was
kind
that
of
in?
movie. What?
What spot was that in?
That's probably 6.
Well, it can't be 6.
Yeah, because the other one's 7.
Oh yeah, sorry. Okay, that's 6.
Yeah.
Sorry, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, you know what I really loved?
Sure.
I really loved Oppenheimer.
Wow. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, 2.
Oppenheimer 2.
No,
Oh.
it's my 2.
You already had 2.
Nope. Had 3. Right? Had 4. Had 6. I'm missing. Look at me. Number 5.
Okay.
And this one will surprise a lot of people, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
For me, over the last decade, the 5th favoriteest movie of mine would have to be the live-action Little Mermaid.
Cool. Thanks.
Interesting.
Trey,
Yep.
while we were gone, Victor Wembanyama was shut down for the rest of the season due to a blood clot in his shoulder. Although the team expects a full recovery, this surely makes Spurs fans nervous. Does it make you nervous?
No. And why? Because Spurs are in good hands. Even if they were to lose Pop, even if, let's say, Victor is out
Whoa.
all next season,
Oh, knock on wood, dude.
which don't want that.
God damn.
Pretty
can't
sure
say that.
they could still. I've heard talks about KD leaving, and they want to maybe pair them up there. Don't do that. Keep your picks. Try to go after Flag. Try to get Bailey. Try to get somebody else in the next draft. If you don't have a good year next year, you're still in good hands, because if you get one of these top players next year, top 5 picks, even if you end up with Derek Queen at the 12th pick, you'll be good. The Spurs are in good hands.
Yeah.
They got Victor Wembanyama. They just got De'Aaron Fox. Try to keep Castle. If you can try to keep Castle with this core, give up Vassell, give up Keldon Johnson, give up whoever else, Harrison Barnes, whatever. And if you can keep your picks, the Spurs will be in good hands. If they give up their picks and they go after KD, they're going to chase instant success and be disappointed.
Justin,
Am I nervous?
does it make you nervous?
In what way? Can I ask you that?
Long-term health
No.
for Victor Wembanyama?
Nah, I think from what I was obviously just rolling online on my phone, seeing that the deep vein thumb.
Thrombosis.
Thank you. Has like a 90% you're fine rate.
Oh.
So like, okay, is it still a serious thing?
Yes.
100%. Do I think he's in better medical hands than 99% of the world? Yeah. So until it gives me reason to be more nervous, not nervous. Young guy, a little bit of a setback. Honestly, we're probably going to look back at it and go, wow, good thing he had that blood clot. Because look at the partner he's got in crime now with whoever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, for real.
That would be
Like a Tim
know what I
Duncan
mean?
thing?
With
yeah,
Duncan
they
Robinson.
threw that season, yeah. But
Not Duncan
Oh, no,
Robinson.
not Duncan. David Robinson.
David Robinson.
Now, that would have been
Did
a
I
duo.
just do that?
Could you imagine?
David Robinson and Duncan Robinson together?
But if it's the same scenario,
The twin Robinsons?
The
if
double
it's
Ds.
if it's the same scenario,
Meet the Robinsons.
and they get Cooper Flag,
That is my number 12 movie of the 2000s.
I don't hate it. Of the 2000s, that came out in the 2010s.
No. Of
last
of
decade.
the new
Gotcha.
millennia.
New linear. But could you imagine in that scenario that the Cooper Flag is the Tim Duncan to Victor's David Robinson?
That'd be
that's
crazy.
where you go.
That's what I want
whoa.
to see.
You know?
Who's the TikToker that makes the? I'm not gonna forget his name because I see him not get credited enough. He's coming. Come on, you know what I'm talking about. The guy, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking
Damn,
about. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
have no idea what you're talking about.
The basketball edits, and he's like, run
I
on with
should
that
know
Nina, run
this.
on with that
I
Nina.
know
The
what
Cooper
you're
flag
talking about.
edit. You know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
should know
Never
this,
seen
no.
it.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly.
You know exactly the video I'm talking about too. Oh man, anybody? Connor, you know what I'm talking about. Oh man, Connor says blood. He didn't say that. He said blood clots took out Bosch.
Yeah.
Talk to me about. Are you nervous?
Yeah, hell yes. I'm terrified. What? I can't believe all of you. Well,
Wait,
I can't believe the
you
two
haven't
of
heard from me
you
yet.
said that. Like, It's all right. I don't care what we just shut him down
for the season.
Yeah, for the whole season.
Yeah.
After he looked stunning and looked like the only person who cared to be there for All-Star Weekend. The day after, it's just like, oh, well, wait a minute.
Actually,
this thing just popped up on the screen and you can't. Nope. No, you're done.
Do you not
You're
see
done
the history of this though? Like they're not winning a title this year. And they own picks.
They
own no.
Doesn't
Stop,
matter.
come on.
No,
They're not winning a title this year. This
does
isn't.
not matter.
That shouldn't make you worry. Them sitting him down.
Is he 19?
No, he's 21 now.
He's 21 now. 21-year-old Frenchman.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're not expecting him to be in shape and finish out the season. It's not like the last 2 weeks.
It's
he
a
got
blood
shut.
clot.
That's okay. I hear you.
That has nothing to do.
You're
with
telling me we're not worried about it, and yes, it does, because it's about blood circulation and that blood clot moving and getting clogged somewhere else and then causing it. It is an issue of physical health. Like that's why he's being shut down. Like
it's Who's Next, by the way. It's Who's Next Sports is the guy that I'm thinking about. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay.
I have seen that, but not that
It's
specific.
an issue, but it's not. He's not in the good
I am
shape.
terrified because I bet you can look up odds on how many people thought he would be injured, and you can probably narrow it down to what type of injury. And I bet a ton of people thought by this point he would have had a critical foot injury.
Yes,
Critical
knee
foot.
thing, something like that. Yeah,
Leg,
yeah,
ankle, something.
Right.
Like it's just as bad. Something happened, and I am terrified.
I remember before he was drafted, we had Ryan Hammer on the show, and we were talking about, hey, question, because he's like as plugged into college as anybody else, and we said, we were like, but what if? Oh, what about? And he was like, no. This dude is like flexible. He does yoga. He's like, if he's gonna get injured, it's gonna have to be some sort of freak thing. Like it's not gonna be like some like traditional he tore, and here it is.
So that's that. So that's not him not being in shape. That's not him.
Sure,
not.
I'm not saying
yeah,
that
hang
he's
on.
Like
not-
that's where I was like, no, because this dude's in the best shape of his life.
In shape, but he's being shut down. It's not like he's being shut down from just
For a
playing
reason,
in-
though.
Okay,
But it's not like he's being shut down from playing in games. He can't train at the same level. He can't do the same activities. Like
yes, that's true. They're putting him on
Well,
blood thinners
Because
He
if
won't
they
be able
did
to-
that, and picture if any team, no one's going to say I'm tanking. Nobody can come out there and be like I'm tanking. Everybody knows once any player at this point right now, if you're not in the hopes of winning, which the Spurs could be a play-in.
Well, I mean, we're
But
not at
no,
tank
listen,
level yet.
hear me
because
out,
Chris
hear me
Paul
out.
hasn't been shut down.
All players
also.
do
He
this.
doesn't
That's
know
Chris
how to
Paul.
tank.
Chris Paul isn't Victor. Chris Paul's on the way out. Any top player right now, like let's say the Raptors, Scotty Barnes. If he gets hurt, they're gonna set him down. They're gonna like Victor. No, I'm just saying like Victor. They're not gonna. Why would you risk playing him? Even if he had a sprained ankle, he's getting sat for a long time.
I'm just saying, if
Maybe not the whole season, but
it would have been out indefinitely, or it would have been
we're getting the best pick we
in
can
2
get.
weeks, reevaluated in 2 to 4 weeks, something like that. I understand it. It
Yeah.
might be a part of tanking.
It is.
I don't care what your
it's
reasoning is. This
possible.
happened, and I am freaked out and terrified. Also, can I throw in one more reason?
Please.
Why I'm terrified. He has openly been the only person, I would say players who have entered the league in the last 3 to 5 years who has said, no, I want this. I want to be the best player. I'm fine with being in the face. Give me the attention, give me
give me the
whatever. I
Yeah.
will take it. And you don't have anyone else doing that. You have players openly saying, nah, it's not really my bag. Somebody else can be the face. I'm terrified.
He doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't.
I mean,
want
it's
it
something to worry
okay,
about for
so
sure.
hang on. Here's the other thing. They had momentum when this happened. They just traded for De'Aaron Fox. They were fighting for a 10 seed. Now, right, doesn't sound like a lot right now, but we know how the West is. The 10 to the 6 is a half a game right now. They had momentum. They traded for De'Aaron Fox. He, like you said, was just at All-Star Weekend. Chris Bosh, as Connor just mentioned, career-ending blood clot issue. Now
That's why they're sitting him.
we're hoping that this isn't that, obviously. Now George, our resident, day oneer of YB, and obviously our resident doctor on the show, not on the show, but as a part of the team here, he said it's because it's isolated. It probably means they think that there's one in his body, but it's likely like, why did it happen? It's hard to believe there's a 0% risk of it moving forward for the rest of his career. They shut him down because they're putting him on blood thinners to resolve the issue. You can't risk him, having some sort of injury during the thing, but also he said that it's potential that there's a possibility that some type of overuse / workout equipment led to the clot. So who knows there? Here's the other thing: they have the Hawks pick. Mm-hmm. And the Hawks aren't, the Hawks are okay. Like in terms of the Eastern standings, sure they're the 9 seed, but I don't think that and also Victor would not participate in this. Obviously, he would not be a part of the, like what you're saying. He wants all the smoke. He wants to participate. He wants the face of the league. He wants all that shit. He's a high level competitor. He is not participating in any of that. Now, if they go, oh, we found something, bud, you got to shut you down. Obviously, he's not going to go get a CT scan or whatever it would be. And say
why would
himself,
he not
right?
He might go to France and get.
I'm just saying. What I mean is, if it's the team saying it, you're done, fine. He's not gonna be like, oh yeah, cool, let's do it. So that, oh yeah, I'm down. So that so that we can go get cool flag. He's not participating in that. I don't think that this was some sort of let's just go get a even better pick because they've already got the Hawks pick. Mm-hmm. It makes me nervous just because I don't want to see. I don't think that at any point you shut him down. But the Tim Duncan, David Robinson thing, who knows? So I don't know. We got to move on.
I know, real quick.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. If he's such a hard-fought competitor, he wouldn't have cheated in the skills competition. Also,
what was Chris Paul's doing? Also,
they all literally said it. He said it was his thing. Also, conspiracy.
Also, I don't think they thought of it as cheating. I thought they thought they were.
He was like, let's just do this like this. We don't even
thought they were like.
My bigger thing is we have another person in the league who wants to be the face of the league. We just all think he's lame.
Who, Tatum?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He wants to be the face of the league. He did all the right things.
Yeah.
And
he's done all the right things, yeah.
Happy birthday. We appreciate you.
Happy birthday,
Justin. All right, we're getting to our game, which is Back Down Breakdown.
Good point, Justin. Good point.
We were going to talk about Embiid, but fuck it. Thumbs down. In this game, you and your teammates will work together to guess a mystery statistical category. I will list 3 players in reverse order and their current position in the mystery stats rankings. Your mission is to determine what stat ties all 3 players together. There are 4 rounds, and the points, as well as the difficulty, will increase with each round. You are allowed 2 guesses during each round. 1 guess before you've heard the third player, worth full points, and 1 guess after you've heard the third player, worth half points. If you get it right, you get the points. If you get it wrong, I get the points for that round. Does that sound good, team?
Honestly, it sounds great.
I think we got
it. Sounds pretty fair.
All righty. Here we are. Round 1 is worth 100 points. In 25th place in this statistical ranking, we have the one and only LeBron James.
Ooh.
In 18th place, we have the birthday boy, wannabe face of the league himself, Jason Tatum.
Ooh.
Those are your first 2.
And these are for the season, correct?
Yes.
I missed that.
Season statistics.
This season, 25th and 18th. So here's the things it's not, right? It's not points per game. No, that'd be crazy.
No, it's not points per game.
That'd be insane, quite honestly.
I thought we still got one more.
We will. We're taking a guess first here in a second.
You get a guess first for full points, and then I'll give you the third one for half.
Yes. So it's not points per game. It's definitely not rebound. It's not assists per game. LeBron's at like 8 something.
Yeah, LeBron's just
right
way above.
I also think Tatum's.
You think it's
it could be
blocks?
rebounds.
Or no, not blocks.
I think it could. I don't think it's rebound. I think it could be minutes.
I don't hate minutes. LeBron plays a lot.
No, yeah, not 20 because he plays 30, 25.
But you got to think 7 of those guys are Knicks.
Yeah, true.
So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't hate minutes. I don't hate...
Turnovers?
Nah.
No.
I think LeBron's higher on that list. Just because he has the ball so much, I just think 25th is a little low.
What about made threes?
And these are per game stats?
We were
Per
just
game.
no, we were just talking defensive stuff.
per
So I'm thinking.
Also,
yeah, we've been making
all of these this game are per game, but in the future they might not be.
I got you. I don't... Like, threes made per game? What you're saying?
Yes.
Let's do that. Threes.
Okay. Sure.
Threes is your first guess?
Yeah.
Threes is incorrect.
All right.
And your last one, in 16th place is a Nick, Josh Hart.
Oh, I think it's rebounds.
Rebounds.
Say it
It's
again.
rebounds
Rebounds to
or
LeBron?
rebounds or free throws.
I think
No,
it's rebounds.
It's rebounds. Yeah,
And you
because
think Hart's getting more rebounds?
he
than
is.
Tatum?
Yeah, Josh Hart
hey,
is
hey.
freakily.
Hey,
I know.
Check
I
the
know.
stats, bro. Josh
this
Hart.
dude right here has him on the fantasy team. I've played this man. It sucks
Yeah.
sometimes. I think rebounds per game is the answer, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I'm
All
with
right,
that.
To be fair,
Yeah.
we could all be wrong all the time. Rebounds per game.
Rebounds, final answer.
Sure.
Rebounds is correct.
Yeah.
Well done for 100, or sorry, for 50 points
Yes.
for you. 50 points for you guys. All right. Round 2 is worth 200 points to start. Here it is. In 39th place, Scoot Henderson.
I hate him.
Scoot's stock's starting to rise a little bit.
Yep.
Not a third
Starting to
overall,
rise.
second overall pick, third overall.
He's coming. In 22nd, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. I didn't tell you the stats in the last round. I'll tell you when we're done.
Okay.
39th, Scoot Henderson. 22nd, KCP.
I think this is going to be steals per game
I was thinking steals.
I thought the same thing.
I think
because
that's our
KCP. It's
first
not a
guess.
shooting stat, I don't think, because KCP's shooting like crap this season.
KCP is definitely a defender.
Steals.
I mean, if he's shooting like crap, I mean, Scoot's not.
Steals or free throws.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think there's.
They
Steals-
wouldn't
it's
be that
steals
high.
or
That's
free
still-
throws.
that's still pretty high.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Steals or free throws.
It's not free throws.
KCP
Free
is
throws
getting
a
a lot of
game?
time. Yeah.
Free throws per game.
Free throws a game.
Yeah, because you got to.
every game.
Scoot.
What's
yeah,
Scoot
I
at?
don't-
20, 60 something? Yeah,
No,
I would say
30 something.
Oh, 30 something. Okay, I was gonna say that sounds about right.
He's like at
I don't know.
195th.
It's either steals
like
or free throws, but we'll go
39.
steals.
I think steals.
I think Alex.
Steals?
Hit me with steals.
Steals, right.
Let's go.
We got
Good job.
it. Scoot Henderson, 1.2 steals per game. KCP, 1.4 steals per game. In 12th place. Any guesses? 1.5 steals per game.
1.5 is going to be
12th place.
Jalen Suggs.
Jalen Suggs is incorrect.
He's higher up there, right? I 1.5.
1.5.
I know
12th
it's.
place.
How up to date are these right today?
As of this morning.
Okay, then I'm gonna go with
No,
I
I got
Darius Garland.
different 2 months
I went
ago.
back from a few months.
I don't hate Darius Garland.
De'Aaron Fox.
Kelly Oubre Jr.
Who's fifth on the list?
No idea.
Oh.
Just so you know, from rebounds per game, LeBron 8, Jason Tatum 8.8, Josh Hart 9.6. Round 3 worth 500 points. In 45th place, Steph Curry. In 22nd, Rui Hachimura.
Those are two names you don't hear together very often.
Unless you're talking about the greatest ever.
I thought I was gonna get you. Can you tell me the places again?
45th is Steph Curry. 22nd is Rui Hachimura.
It's rebounds again.
Back. That would be a fun decoy.
Let's go. So like it's not gonna be like 3-point percentage,
No, it's definitely not 3-point
Nah,
percentage. Not free
but it
throw
could
percentage.
be personal fouls.
Per game?
Yeah. Fouls a game.
Man, yeah.
Turnovers?
I would think Steph would be higher.
I think Steph would be higher than Ruby on that list.
Yeah.
Because he's had to carry the offensive load for so long.
True.
And also all those things. So I would probably lean personal fouls.
Personal fouls.
All right, personal fouls. All right.
Let's roll with personal fouls.
Personal fouls. Final answer.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
Correct. And in 8th place for half points, Mr. Kitty Cat himself, Karl Anthony Towns. Meow.
How many more rounds do we have of this?
Last one next time.
Okay.
Field goal percentage?
No.
No, because Rui ain't higher than this. He may be. Field goal percentage? It might be.
Cat do be shooting that thing?
What about offensive rebounds?
I don't hate it.
Yeah. I like that.
I like it.
I like that. Let's do that. Offensive
like it a lot.
rebounds.
Offensive rebounds?
Offensive rebounds.
Nope.
Dang it.
In 45th place, Steph Curry with 39%. 22nd, Rui Hachimura, 41%.
Field goal percentage.
8th place, Karl Anthony Towns, 42%.
Yeah, but the
3-point shooting.
3-point percentage.
there's not like a minimum attempts with that though.
It is a minimum. There is a minimum attempts.
Okay.
That is.
Steph's having a down 3-point shooting.
That is. That is. Well, but also he's.
Shooting
this
a
is
lot.
Basketball Reference refined attempts. So like,
Yeah.
yes, this is a.
How many
this
points
is
is
the
that worth for
official
you?
list. That is worth 250 points for me. And round 4
Heck.
worth 1,000 points at the start.
2,943.
No, I didn't do you like that. 18th place. The point guard, Chris Paul. In 10th place, the Iceman cometh, Ice Trae Young.
18th and 10th, huh?
Free throw percentage?
I don't know. They progressively get harder, right?
Absolutely.
So I would assume it would become a more obscure stat,
Like true shooting or something like that?
right? Or Trusty Dusty Vorp.
Trusty Dusty.
Who was the first player?
Box score plus minus.
Chris Paul in
Chris
18th,
Paul.
Trae Young in 10th.
They are both assist the ball. They both shoot high free throw percentage.
Assist to turnover ratio.
Assist to turnover ratio could be one. Trey turns the ball over way more than Chris
Yeah.
Paul, I would think.
But he assists way more this season too.
True.
So like it could just be a you know what I mean? If we're all sitting at the same. I just don't know what Chris Paul's looking like. I just haven't paid attention as much as I probably should have. Actually, I shouldn't have. That team sucks. It does. The team sucks. I honestly
Damn.
don't know. When you think about Trae Young, you do think assists. Obviously, Chris Paul, you're gonna think about assists. So like, and a more obscure stat that gets a little more difficult is like maybe I don't think you go to assist percentage.
Field goal percentage or what? No.
Because if we already did 3-point percentage, he's not coming back to field goal percentage. That would be a bigger.
He shoots the ball way too much, for field goal.
Yeah, I don't hate assist to turnover ratio.
Let's do that. Assist to turnover ratio. What do
Or
you think, John?
even turnovers per game, but turnovers per game seems a little more basic.
Yeah, turnover seems a little more basic, but I feel like turnovers or assists would be an interesting one just because they're both point guards. But then I'm thinking like maybe this is personal.
Clutch shooting.
I don't see
Want to be in that one.
I don't see Trae Young being that high in the personal foul list.
same. Free throw percentage? No,
I don't think so.
I think so either.
They're both
or
very high.
Assist turnover.
But yeah.
Assist to turnover ratio.
One moment, please.
Okay. May I ask the inquisitive look on your face?
Yeah, I might have gotten an incorrect stat here. I'm trying to research to be sure it's right. Not a player, not.
I hear you. He's making up stats, guys. True 3-point shooting percentage.
True shooting percentage.
Okay, sorry, no. What?
Assist to
turnover ratio.
That would have been nuts, though, right?
And your third player
Okay.
in second place is Draymond Green.
Oh, gotta
It's Tex.
Huh?
It Tex. I don't see that. Trey didn't get teed up.
Well, so, yeah, because here's the thing. I don't think it's text, but I don't hate fouls a game now anymore. But that could have been a red herring the whole time. I don't know. I have no idea.
Personal fouls.
And it might be, but listen, to Draymond's credit, and I do not like giving him credit. He hasn't choked anybody, stomped on anybody, stabbed anybody, punched anybody. None of that nonsense this year.
So
That
if
doesn't
you
mean he's
won't
not
do
fouling a lot.
Yeah,
So,
that's
so it
true.
could just be fouls a game. Like, first it would be personal fouls a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that, Trey?
Let's do that.
All right, fouls a game.
Fouls.
A game.
Fouls per game.
Every game.
Nope.
Damn.
It is
Screen assists, you fucker.
no, and I had to double check to be sure that they were not the same thing. It is turnover percentage.
Oh, I got you.
Not
now.
turnover. That's what I was actually researching. It's not I was like, are turnover percentage and assist to turnover ratio the same thing? Just called
I got
different
you.
things?
I
Who's
got
No,
you.
they are
number
not.
one?
I got you.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I guess I could look it up shortly. But no, Chris Paul, a turnover percentage is over the course of 100 possessions. What percentage of those possessions you're turning it over? So Chris Paul, 16.2%. Trey Young, 18.5%. And Draymond Green, 22.8% of the time, and over the course of 100 possessions, is he turning the ball over?
I think that's the big Jordan stat, and that's why people put him in the GOAT conversation.
Well,
'Cause I think it's a ridiculous number.
Like low,
he
you
just-
mean?
Yeah, he just never turned.
Oh yeah, that helps.
It's a pretty good thing to do.
Wait, let me see the turnover percentage this season first. Oh, if it wants to load. Cool, website's crashing. Nope. It is your boy. Oh, wait, nope, that's usage percentage.
I bet Kobe's wasn't that high either, just because he didn't ever pass the ball.
It is Isaiah Collier. Collier,
Oh yeah.
27.2%.
That
Don't
is
give that kid the ball.
He's a
So
rookie.
much.
He's a rookie.
Don't give
I
that
don't
fucking
care.
kid the
He played with
ball.
Bronny.
He just throws it to the other team.
No wonder he's got some bad habits.
All right, so that one was worth 1,000. So you guys, so I get a 500 off that one.
Yeah,
Nice.
big 500 points.
Fantastic. So then, Justin, why don't
What's
you
up?
do me a solid, would you?
Better than
Would
a
you
gas.
recap the game for me?
That game right there. You,
Yes.
my friends, tied with me
Ooh.
with 250 points. Michael, on the other hand,
Yeah.
kind of ran away with that one with 750 big ones.
Ooh, I needed it. Okay.
I needed it.
Well, he didn't.
I know.
This guy didn't over here. Why don't you do me a favor and recap the day?
On the day. Do you want me to put the 1,500 in there?
What? Including? Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As like points made today.
I mean, either way, it's him.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So first place, yes, your first episode, 2,950 points.
All right.
Was how many points he got today. Michael, you got 7.
Wait, hold on. That's wait. That's both. Oh yeah. Because
he got the random question of the day.
and the 1,500. So
Yeah.
he only got 400 something.
Don't.
On top of that?
Could you just let
Sorry,
me
yeah,
finish
yeah,
the
sorry,
thing?
sorry.
It's my thing. Michael.
Yeah.
Second place, 750 points. Listen, I'm not going to say you're running away with it, but kind of. Trey,
Yes.
third place, 450 points.
Okay.
Justin, what's up? Well, you had a disappointing day. Sit down, bud. Yeah, I'm sitting. What did I do? You got negative 1,050 points on the day.
Oh well. Yeah, but on the day, but you're not.
That's
you're
recapping
not,
the day.
Yeah, but you're not negative. Okay. Yeah.
No, but on the day.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then you know what that means.
Like, if you still have $100, but I stole $1,000 from you, you're not happy about your day.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so that means John has got to spin
Oh,
the
yeah.
wheel. Wait, I have it, but I'm just trying to.
Okay.
I'm trying to find what this is.
Let me do this.
Oh yeah, spin
the wheel. Spin the
wheel.
spin the wheel.
Oh, yeah. And don't worry, you can just give it a whack. Oh! What is it?
Free 200-point bet.
Wow.
This guy just can't lose. Jeez Louise.
All right.
Watch it. Oh, what would have been a max bet? Oh, that would have been a day. Or steal 500 points? Oh, my God.
Can we add one?
Or bet odds doubled?
Give your points to Justin?
Free 200-point bet. Wow.
Crazy.
All right, well, you've had quite the first episode, John. Jeez Louise.
All right.
It's almost like it was rigged, but none of it was.
It's only ever been rigged one time. We know when that was.
It's been rigged a lot more than that.
I mean, it's only been rigged once.
For Bob.
Sure.
I know. All right, so now that we've got all these points, we better gamble them away in a little game not game, but thing we do called Props to You.
Another exciting edition of Props to You. Here we are, folks. Here we are. I am in last place. So we know what I'm doing. I'm betting all these points, all 450 big ones on Cade Cunningham over 25.5 points tonight versus the Utah Jazz. Next up is Trey.
What's up?
Hey, whoa, none of that. Because you're in third place, 1,950. You got to stay vigilant.
Real bad man.
Kyrie Irving under 29.5 points versus Sacramento Kings tonight. How many points of your 1,950 points are you going to bet?
We're going to go 1,000.
1,000. Thank you for potentially letting me back in the game. Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Gabe Vincent. Under 8.5.
Nope.
Over 8.5 points. Reading. You know what I mean? Hooked on phonics. I get it. Versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Nope. On Tuesday. 2,250 points. How many points are you betting?
Wowee. You got there. You got there one way or another.
We're here.
I'm kind of clear of any danger, so I'll just play it safe. Just do 200 points, please.
200 big ones, John. First week, huge day. 4,450 points. You took Cade Cunningham over 5.5 rebounds versus those same Utah Jazz tonight. Not a different team, the same one. How many points are you betting?
You got free 200-point bet.
That is true.
Is
So you
that
just do the
add
200?
200 to whatever I have, or
Yeah, I think in the past we've done it's a only free. No, we've done in the past it's a free 200-point bet on top of whatever you'd like to. So
Yeah.
if you just want to bet 200, it's a free 200. You can't lose it. But if you want to do like 1,200 or something,
you would only
you would
lose
only lose 1,000 if you got
so
it.
let's do that. We'll put 1,000 of Justin's money in there,
Okay.
and then my free 200.
So 1,000 is your bet.
Mm-hmm. 1,000's my.
So you only are risking 800.
No.
Do you want to do 1,200?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
There we go.
Cool.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
That's
the problem
where
is
it
I gotta
stands.
kind of root for the Cade situation, but hopefully he gets 5 rebounds, so I can kind of make it that thing. But he also gets like 50 points to make up for it.
Gotcha.
On the fantasy land.
It's been a minute. We might as well focus for a second here, just real quick on the for the Freakies. Do I have this sound still? Do I? I think it's over here. Oh yeah. Yep. Fantasy. Trey's still there in first place. 13-5.
I beat him 2 weeks
Bob,
ago.
although he's gone, 12-6.
Finally.
He beat me.
I need to scoot this over just a touch. Kyle's in third, but then it gets messy because it's Kyle, me, and Eric in tied-ish record-wise for third, but the points get sloppy. Points for, and then Justin just lost Joel Embiid for the year, 10-8.
Oh,
at
also I
6.
lost Goga.
Oh, you lost Goga?
That's just because he's playing bad, but I still lost him.
Oh, yeah. And John. It's all right. You know.
It's a very unique scoring system.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah,
Trey and I had a dogfight last week. Real close.
So to me, yeah, me and Bob.
So me and Eric Yeah, you and Bob had a close one. Me and Eric playing each other this week. Who you got?
I got Bob, and I just got 2 more injuries. Jaron Jackson just hurt himself, and Malik Monk.
I hope they're both out for the season.
So.
For your team. Not for their sake, for yours.
It's all good.
So Bob could be looking at first place at the end of this week. We'll see. There's only
tied.
only 4 weeks left of the regular season.
At the end of this week, he can't get the
He'd be tied. He'd be tied because I beat him.
Well, the
That
points,
doesn't matter.
No, it's the points for. He wants
mean,
he
the
wants to
points
catch up
for?
with the points.
Unless it's a blowout, which I don't think he's going to beat you by 1,000.
I was going to
That's
say,
what I'm
I'd
saying.
still
That's
have
all.
first place, though, wouldn't I? Or tied for it?
Yeah, if you're tied record wise, he would have to beat you by like 1,000 points, which I don't see that happening.
When's
but
the end of the season?
4 weeks left, including this one. Four regular
Hang on
season
to those
weeks.
players, man.
Yeah, so
Rats.
we'll see.
Rats.
That's where it stands as of now. So,
close
all
one.
right. Well, thank you so much for listening today, everybody. It's been a fun one. It's been a cool one. It's been a good time. As always, everybody, go to yebasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. We've got t-shirts, mugs, hats, stickers, and hoodies with a bunch of great designs. Go to yebasketball.com for exclusive YB merch. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, rate 5 stars, share with friends, and follow us at @yay_basketball on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram.
Add me on the ground.
And just a reminder, we are recording and streaming live from the Yay Studio.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it
John,
live.
first permanent episode, you cleaned up with points. What do you got for the people?
Not much for the people, man. I just hope we get some exciting games. I hope
Yeah.
we get something fun to watch. I mean, the West is going to have all types of movement, so I hope we get something fun to look at.
Good stuff ahead of us. Justin, what do you got for the people?
You know, it's very exciting. It does feel, and I said this after the trade deadline, it feels like the NBA started again, right? I know it's at the beginning of the season. I know, obviously, every season, some injuries happen that take teams out of it. Obviously, some teams you think are going to be good are going to be bad. Some teams you think are going to be bad are going to be good. Here's the thing. I think we trimmed the fat, and now the real season begins. So you're looking at those teams, because the majority of that Western Conference, Phoenix Suns and down, I don't think can even make the play-in my opinion. So we're looking at a whole new season, last 25-game sprint.
Yeah.
And then you are kind of just jockeying for a position. I'm excited. Yeah, exciting games. Do it. Do it. I bet you won't. Start playing Genuine Pony for you, but anyway. Trey!
That's me jockeying. My best jockey.
So, guys,
Young jock.
you jock me then. It's
going
going down.
down.
Well,
Anyway,
391 years ago,
Hold on. Oh,
Whoa.
it was going down in Boston because they opened the first tavern in 1634.
Happy National
Shout out to
Tavern
Boston.
Day.
Shout out to Paul Revere. Paul Revere. He ran around Boston, right?
yeah?
He ran around the streets around there. Here's a rail run out there. Out east.
Streetwalker Paul Revere. That's what they called him.
He was bending corners.
One if by land, two if by something
sea.
else. You know what I'm saying?
Paul Revere was bending corners in them horses.
Yeah, he said something different. Goodness gracious. Holy moly. How many years ago?
391.
Oh my
Let's
God.
have some tea to that.
I don't think Paul Revere was there, my guy. That's so long ago.
Holy shit. What's your 8th favorite movie of the decade?
Ooh. Honestly?
Yeah.
Or honestly?
He's thinking right now.
Well, no. It's 100%. This is actual factual.
What is it? Let's hear it.
Scream. The newest Scream that had Gennaro take in. It's great.
My 11th favorite movie of
Of the 60s, go.
the 60s, I can't say, but
Okay.
of the new millennium is simply the 3rd act of National Treasure. First 2 acts, pretty good.
When you
Of
say the new
the
millennium,
60s, it was
you
that-
mean since 2000, right?
Since 2000.
Because like my favorite movie, this is actual facts,
Uh-huh.
came out in that time frame, and it's obviously Big Fish. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's
I
the
knew
greatest
that.
movie of all time.
It's time for your random weather update.
Do it.
It's Kona, Hawaii. I was there. 85 degrees right now.
Conan, Hawaii?
Kona.
Like the
Conan,
beer.
like the name after the
Like
guy?
the big wave.
Kona.
Yeah, he just did the Oscars.
Cohen.
Not Conan.
I couldn't help myself.
Good God. 391 years ago. Thanks so much for listening, everybody. It's been a fun one. It's been a cool one.
I think they just called them trollops. I don't think they were streetwalkers back then.
Jesus Christ. Thanks for watching.
The Redcoats.
Yay,
Yay, basketball.